Hi, welcome. This is ATM, Around the Music. My name is Pablo. Today we're here with Dilver today, the owner of DBZ Books and Records, and we're gonna kind of learn about what he does, how he did it, and how you could potentially do it. So, welcome, Dilver. How you doing today?
Good. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Of course, thank you for being on the show. So, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, I'm a business owner. I own DBZ Books and Records. We also have a venue.
Oh, cool. So how did you get to this point of being like a business owner? Did you know you wanted to be one? Was this like a vision you had early on, or kind of stumbled upon this opportunity?
You know what? We stumbled into the opportunity to become a business owner. I used to work for a corporate company, and then we moved out pretty far from where my original work was, and I wanted to start something different, something new, and we just adventure into selling books.
Cool. Was DBZ Bookstore a place that you like? Are you also the founder of DBZ, or you bought purchase a business?
No, we started this from
Started
the
it.
ground. Yes,
Oh, cool. Was this at all related to what you were doing in corporate, or just like a
complete
complete shift?
completely different.
Interesting.
Nothing close,
I bet
except
that.
for customer service part.
Oh, okay, I see, I see. I bet that was kind of like nerve wracking to like do such a big industry step because I know it's like, and today's time to do that big career change from one industry to another, one skill set to another, it's really like nerve wracking.
It is. It has its challenges, but you know what? I'm happy I did it. Um, yeah, can't complain. So, so I
It's really
guess
cool.
it was the right decision.
Oh, I really like that. So, what was it like first getting started when you were trying to find the place, find your books, source everything? What was like the early days like?
Um, it was a lot of learning. I used to follow a lot of influencers. I used to see a lot of YouTube videos how people were doing it, selling online, um, finding how to make a living by selling books. And that's why we did our research and try our own thing. And now we're here. We have our retail
Mm,
store.
cool. When did you guys first open the store?
So we've been in business since 2018. We opened the retail side of the business in 2021.
Okay. And what about the venue?
That one came after. That one came 20 late 2023. That's when the project started.
Mm.
Early 2024. That's when we first started hosting shows and stuff like that. So a little over a year now.
Okay, cool. So the venue space, you would say, is relatively new part of the whole DBZ experience.
Yes.
So I know that initially you wanted to focus on selling books. How did the idea of even like having a venue space, not even like a lot of places might just have a small space for having shows or like smaller performances, but this is a whole stage production setup. Like, how does this come to life?
It came to life because we had the space. We were thankful that when we moved to this location in 2021, we didn't just think of the retail side. We were thinking on a bigger scale because we were having other projects in mind, and we wanted a place that we were able to grow. We didn't exactly knew what we were gonna do with the space, um, but my wife, my whole team, they were like, "Hey, you know what? We're in a way in the music industry. We sell records. A lot of people always ask us, "Hey, could we perform in the store?" And we're like, kind of skeptical about it because we're limited space there. And we said, you know what? We do have a space for it. Why don't we just turn it into a venue? And that's what we did.
Wow, that's amazing. So from that first early like conception of okay, we have this space, we see a demand for having some type of performance and shows increasing. What was it like to transform the space into a place where you could host shows?
You know what? It was a little bit challenging, um, a lot to learn. There's a lot of stuff we didn't know, and we had to research, make sure we were doing the proper way. For example, building a stage, it's not just, put something
Yeah, that's something
together.
like Amazon 2 days later.
Yeah, you cannot just order it and you just put it together. So we have to do research. Hey, what do we need to do? We need a stage, we need sound, speakers.
Hmm.
I'm not tech savvy, so just to give you an example, I didn't know what this is. It's a
Mm.
snake. I don't know if you can see that, but it's for sound.
Right.
That's as much as I know
To
right
me, it's
now.
just a wire.
Exactly. XLR cables,
Mm.
stuff like that. I have zero clue. A lot of that we had to learn when we decided to build this space.
Mm.
Yeah, the thing I just knew is like, hey, I might need speakers, a stage, and that's about it. But no, there's a lot more.
Yeah, I
There's a
see.
lot more.
And I know that you guys also have a relationship with Condor Entertainment that helps execute a lot of the shows you have here. Can you tell us a little bit about that relationship?
Yes. So Condor, which Brandon, he owns it. He came into the picture when we started doing events here. He
Mhm.
came one day, introduced himself, and he told me what he did for the music scene. He does a lot of stuff that is great. So I was like, you know what? Let's partner up. I'll give you the space, and you bring the talent. And so far, it has been working really well.
Mhm.
Um, he's the one that looks for events that we could do here. He books all the shows, stuff like that.
Oh, I
He
see.
knows he's been doing this for 15, 16 years.
Mm.
So his background in music is extensive. He knows a lot of people in the industry, something that for us, we're fairly new.
Mhm.
We just happen to have the space. So it goes hand on hand. He needed space, we have the space. We needed someone that has knowledge. He has all the knowledge in the world.
Well, that's like a partnership, like match made. Like
Yeah,
you guys
exactly.
fill each other's needs. That's really
No,
cool.
and it's just not that. He was just great when we first met. There was a vibe. They were like, "Oh, hey, you're a pretty cool guy."
Mhm. I like
Yeah.
that because especially like organic, nice relationships really do go a long way,
Yes.
especially as a business owner.
Yes. And we always look forward to that. That's one of the things about business owner is that you never know who you're gonna meet in this industry. And yeah, I'm happy that Condor came along.
Oh, that's really cool. That's actually one thing I want to like talk about because I know when it comes to like your career or like leveling up, this is probably more on like the employee side of business side. Or some of the things you have to think about are like your experience level, if you need education, what's the other two? Networking and such. What do you think the ideal balance is for at least being a business owner in your and how that plays out for you?
I feel to be a business owner for everybody is gonna be a little bit different. Education, yes, is gonna help you. Do you need to have it? It depends what you do,
Mm.
honestly. If you're a hustler, I've seen stories that people don't have education, they're really successful. But then the other way around, I've seen people that are really smart, that have education, that are really, really successful as well. So it's just gonna be up to who you are
Mm.
and what you're willing to put through to make something happen. Networking, you cannot go wrong by having connections.
Right.
Networking is a key part of being in business. You need to have contacts with your surrounding, with the community, with vendors, especially if you're in the retail side of business. You need to know um, people that's going to help your business grow.
Mhm. What's the best way to go about like meeting these people and such? Because it's not always the easiest to like stumble upon a lot of these organic connections. I know today we have like a lot of like online platforms like LinkedIn or Indeed where you can actually get that professional networking in. But what about like the more organic ones, like meeting Brandon, for example?
You know what? Like just you and me. You came one day to the store and
Mhm.
asked me, "Hey, could we do an interview?" And here
Mhm.
we are. Key is go out there, introduce yourself, tell them who you are. And when I go to places, I'm always wearing my DVC shirt.
Right?
I'm
Represent the
always
business.
telling people who I am, what I do, because you never know who you're meeting.
Right.
He could be, or
Mm.
she could be a manager for a band or for a label company. Like, hey, well, let's partner up. Now you could carry your records in your store, or hey,
Mhm.
I have this group that could perform at your place. You never know who you're gonna meet, so always introduce yourself, tell them who you are, and you don't have to, give them your life story. Just like, hey, my name is Dilver. I own a bookstore in Corona, plain and simple, and then everything else follows if they're gonna be a connection to you. If not,
Mm.
then you just met someone.
That's cool. I think that's a really good way to go about it because you're not just meeting someone with the intention of like, oh hey, you can do something for me. This is what I
Exactly.
can do. That that's not like, or that's not someone you want to be around too much. But maybe just introduce yourself, let people know what you do, and that there is a connection that could be made for something in the future. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Yeah, exactly. You don't go with the goal of like, oh, hopefully I meet someone that's gonna help me. You just
Mm-hmm.
go ahead with the open mind that you want to meet everybody.
Right.
And the other way around, I have met people that are like, hey, I could help you with that because I have other connections
Mm-hmm.
that they're like, oh, great, you know. So it goes both ways.
Yeah, that's really cool. I know that starting out, your guys is like the big community you guys were able to embrace was the metal community for your shows. How are we able to curate that?
That's where Condor comes in
Mm-hmm.
place. Like I mentioned, he's been in the industry for 15, 16 years. Um, his, I guess, his background is going to be closer to the metal community than any other type of music. Doesn't mean that we don't welcome anyone, right?
Right.
This is an open space that anyone can perform, from DJ's night to R&B to jazz to even comedy. We have even have movies here. So this is an open space. If you see our Instagram and our DBC backstage page, you see a lot of metal, a lot of punk, but that's because that's what the background is. Is we, how could I say this? We kind of stumble into it,
Right.
which we completely happy. We're happy. We're not saying,
Mm-hmm.
hey, we don't want metal, right? We love metal music,
Mm-hmm.
but we also love all the other types of music as well,
Mm-hmm.
and we welcome everybody to come here.
Oh,
And, it's just the opportunity hasn't presented itself
right.
yet.
Right. Just expanding, like getting your name out there, expanding the community, and like one community can stumble to another one.
Yes,
Really cool.
exactly. Yes. But here, everybody's welcome.
Nice. That's really cool. I know one of the challenges that we've talked about in the past was getting proper permits and licensing from the city of Corona to be able to do the events that you're able to do here. What's that experience like getting like city permission to be able to do what you're able to do?
So have in mind we're a record store. So when it comes to a record store, you have some leeway to do performances and stuff like that to promote music. We always want to promote music, right? We sell physical data, physical copies of stuff, but we need to be able to sell that some way, right? And what better way than actually seeing a performance?
Right.
You know, um, there's a lot of stuff that we have to follow. You can see we always end early. We don't go past 10 p.m. because we want to like be respectful with our neighborhood. We don't want them to be like, hey, we're announcers to them. Um, the other thing is the space, how we handle with our security, making sure there's no trouble. One of the major things that any city, not just Corona,
Mm-hmm.
is the business being something positive for the community, or they're coming here to bring trouble.
Right.
And I feel that one of the things that we're doing is bringing community together, but doing it in a safe space without having trouble, fights,
Mm-hmm.
stuff that you will
Very
see.
respectful, very for the music, for the gathering.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody that comes here is coming here to see a performance, to hang out with their friends, to have a good time. Not here to, hey, let me see what kind of trouble I could do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's cool. That's cool. I think the last question I kind of wanna ask is for anyone that's trying to kind of do what you do, like have their own shop or have their own physical business. If you have any advice for them or like any mistakes that you made that you can really teach for someone to watch out for.
Well, my advice would be to just do it. Don't wait. If you wait, chances that you will not do it. Um, Everybody could tell you differently, but the way I tell myself is that I'm gonna find out if I'm able to do it or not by doing it and trying it.
Mm-hmm.
If I fail, I'm gonna learn something from it, and then I'll be able to adapt and change when I try again the next time.
Mm-hmm.
You are gonna make mistakes. Any process in opening a retail business or doing a business, regardless of what it is, there's always gonna be mistakes is that gonna happen. You just have to learn to adapt and change and fix things quick. There's a lot of mistakes I made. I wouldn't be able to tell you not to make them because then you're not gonna learn from it.
Right.
But one advice is do as much research as possible. Try to do the right thing. Don't jump, you know, loopholes and try to
Like
cheat
find
the system.
shortcuts and
Yeah,
such.
just do it the right way, and you'll be
Mhm.
successful.
Sounds good. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for your time. This was At the Music. I'm Babel. This is Dilver. And have a great rest of your day.